What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing another rebuild, this time of the New York Giants, a team that I was actually kind of thinking about doing for Madden 21, but I don't know, we'll see. Of course, there's two polls running currently. Up my the community tab. Hey, vote there if you want. Like and subscribe if you want. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, if you want. To look at the second channel, PKR Plays, if you want. Twitch.tv/JeromePkr. I gotta cut one or two out of there, because it's a little too sellout, if you know what I mean. I don't think you know what I mean. But this is what the team looks like. The Giants, they're still lacking a little bit, right? But, nah, it would kind of surprise me. The NFC is tough, and then their division is pretty tough. If the Cowboys slack, the Giants could sneak a division win, but I think it's right now the Cowboys' division to lose. The Eagles aren't too far behind, and then I think the Redskins are still a decent bit away on offense. So this is a tough division, but the Giants could easily go like an 8-8, maybe sneak into the playoffs. It really comes down to how Daniel Jones plays, and of course, as long as Saquon Barkley's healthy. If Saquon Barkley goes down, top 3 pick, how you doing? Of course, they added Golden Tate, one of my favorite players in the NFL, because I just think he's just a beast. And he comes away with really good catches. His route running's solid. And then the main thing is, he's very hard to bring down. Like, you just wouldn't expect him to be. But I don't know, what is his radiance here? Like, it's not trucking, but it's kind of trucking. Like, he doesn't go down. I don't know. Like, it's very hard to bring him down. He just has awkward, ways to keep moving. Enough of Golden Tate, though, as he's probably going to be gone after the first or second season anyways. Looking at the offensive line, Kevin Zietler, assuming, he's healthy. Pretty good guard, obviously. Left tackle, Andrew Thomas. We gave him star development because a lot of the comparisons were 50-50. I seen one that was like DeBrickashaw Ferguson. The other was like Greg Robinson. It was very hard to tell. Like, if it's DeBrickashaw, superstar. If it's not, then, I think star makes sense. I think what it is going to be is he's going to have star, but he's going to be a higher overall than most of the other players. And then, Will Hernandez, decent development. And here's where, things do drop off a little bit. I moved Jeromepkr the corner. I don't know how realistic that is in comparison to real life. However, when you're looking at the ratings, you're representing these players as how they are in real life. So if Love is a 73 overall, that's pretty starter caliber, especially for how young he is. And then Peppers, at a position they need even more, cornerback, is an 80 overall. So if you're saying these overalls are representative of what they can play at that position, it's realistic to move them there. So, I don't know, dude. I'm making excuses up. As far as the interior goes, though, Leonard Williams, I almost called him Floyd, going to remain on the team. Lawrence, obviously a youngster. Dalvin Tomlinson, pretty young too, at 24, 25? 25. And then linebacker, we signed Darren Lee off of free agency. I don't think he has a team in real life. Ultimately, he's better than Blake. Blake Martinez, he will give you a lot of effort, but he is just so slow. And, 82 speed and 87 excel, way higher than it should be. That speed should maybe be 78. The excel, maybe 74-ish. He does not. Agility, maybe a 70 flat. Coverage, probably in the 40s if I had my way with this. But I kind of want, a chance to actually succeed. Of course, they also signed Fackrell. They apparently want to become the Packers. Fackrell, kind of a career backup, relief player. So I'm going to leave it there. I think there's a chance he does start. They only gave him like $5 million for 1 year. So it's not like he's... Then again, Shaquille Barrett got like that, and he absolutely killed it. So I want Lorenzo Carter and Zimenez starting because they are younger, more potential, and realistically, it's not like Fackrell is just an amazing starter anyways. So enough talking, as this pretty much took up the entire video already. Let's get on to the actual rebuild, the thing we all came here for. By the way, is it wrong of me to I don't know. Does one tackle for a loss, a sack, forced fumble, interception, is it really that hard to get? We've just faced against the 5-0 Patriots, and we're below 500, and we won the game. Shocker. All right, a little bit of a losing streak, but there's a couple of guys that are going to be on a winning streak in a moment, as they're about to sign some pretty decent contracts. Leonard Williams, pretty good all-around player. what age is he? 25. Still should have a bit of potential, especially if he gets a dev up to reach maybe 88 or so. So I'll give him a 4-year worth 40. Aldric Rosas, this is a tough one because I think in real life you would... Why do I have a weird feeling that Damon Harrison... Like, why isn't he... Something feels weird here. Yeah, I don't think Damon Harrison's on a team, right? Well, June 11th, he said he's not in a hurry, and he's turned down some offers, so I don't think he's actually supposed to be on the team. I'll release him in a moment. Darren Lee, that'll be a decision we'll make a little bit later, and even though I don't really like Rosas in Madden for whatever reason, even though he's really good, I'll sign him to a 3-year deal worth 12, and then pretty much everyone else, Darren Lee, like I said, might get a contract. Everyone else, probably not. Once again, if there's a guy that's a real-life rookie that should be on the team, like I think Caden might be, we'll fix that. All right, I mean, I'm all for intelligence and, education and whatnot, but could we not have 3 awareness back-to-back upgrades? Thanks, Xavier. I mean, I guess better, right? I suppose. Okay, I've come to the conclusion that the zone upgrade is absolutely terrible. That was 5 upgrades. I get it, he's getting smarter with his awareness, but, like, please. All right, I know you guys don't like when we do the real-life class here and there, but we did because we weren't going to do well. We knew this was probably what was going to happen. 6-9-1. At one point, we were like 6-6, and then we kind of just, we kind of took a bit of a slump there. But the real question is, how did the team do? Did Daniel Jones do enough for star? I don't know. The yards are high. The touchdowns aren't. Saquon was decent, but not really Saquon-like. Slayton didn't really get enough touchdowns to probably go to superstar, but a decent season for the number 2 and number 1 wide receiver group. Of course, we put Sterling Shepard in the slot where he belongs. I don't know if that sounds harsh or whatever, but it's not like an insult. It's just literally where he should be because he's a beast. Looking at Darren Lee, he could go to star. That's it. Not even going to say anything. Left, right, that's it. Cam Newton is the league MVP for the Patriots. Would not absolutely shock me, but it's unlikely, but it could happen, especially considering, it does matter the story behind it. It's not as simple as, if Kyler Murray, well, maybe not Kyler Murray, let's say Jared Goff had a really good season, won MVP. That's not a crazy story, but Cam Newton going over to the Patriots and winning MVP or being, having an MVP season, that's special. And, people like to be a part of special things. That's why people like to be a part of me all the time. Looking at the Bears, they win the Super Bowl over the Ravens. Okay. All right, time to look at DevUps. And we have, okay, so Daniel Jones does go to star. I think what it is you have to be in the top 10 at the position for yards and touchdowns if you're going from normal to star. So if he was star already, he would not have went to superstar. I can guarantee you that. Of course, we see some changes in the depth chart because Golden Tate does regress a little bit. No one else on the offense gets a dev up. And then defensively, we did have 2 big ones. We had Julian Love going to star, right? Yep, star. And then Darren Lee also goes to star. So we didn't even sign Darren Lee. I actually forgot to. And then for somehow Damon Harrison, rejoined us, and I'll show you. I did not forget to release him. I will prove it. I'll prove this damn thing. Week 14, it was pretty late in fairness, but week 14, I did get rid of him. Darren Lee isn't really that butthurt about not getting a contract right away, so we're going to be giving him a 3-year worth 18-ish. Happy to join back. I just think even with that dev up, he's still a bit of a question mark. I do not know how Zach Pascal always becomes a superstar, but he just does, and he's not asking for a lot, but this team doesn't really need wide receiver that bad. Well, what was the Golden Tate contract? That's the real question. Excuse me? They signed to a 4-year, $40 million deal? Never mind, I guess. Okay, dude. Why? I mean, I guess in fairness, in Madden, there's a difference between... it's Madden and real life are completely different. So, in fairness, Golden Tate is a beast. We got Darian Thompson as a backup. We're turning him back to the Giants. We also did offer on some other names. But what draft pick do we have? Normally I wouldn't look at this, but this is kind of important. We have pick number 8. I kind of expected that to be around that pick. Looking at what this team could need, I think we should be aiming towards the defensive side of the ball more, as we have Slayton and Shepard as decent overalls, and then Golden Tate. There's really no room for a new starting wide receiver just yet. If somebody falls that, shouldn't fall, maybe we'll do it. O-line, perhaps center, right tackle, but that might be like a second or third round type deal. And then looking at corner, I think that might be one of the biggest needs, as Bradbury, what is he, 28 now? 27 now. He's not going to get any better. Baker is just, I think it's just going to go down as a bust draft pick, to be honest. But we'll see. He's got some decent ratings. It's just, can we really start him with that low of an overall? I think actually outside linebacker is the number one need. Jimenez didn't go up, and Dev. Linebacker, inside. I think really just we should be looking at linebacker first. Maybe corner, O-line, wide receiver. We'll see. Obviously, it's always best available pick, but I don't know. We might need to aim for linebacker just a little bit. We didn't get Kalichi Assembly. We did get Crevion LeBlanc as a backup corner, though. Evan Ingram wants a contract. I do think we should keep him around long term, but let's not give him a fifth-year option. Let's just sign him right away. I think his age now makes more sense to do so. And then Jabril Peppers. This is an interesting one. I think so as well. I don't think we should give him a fifth-year option, though. We also get Jerick McKinnon as a backup. I know we have an interesting draft. Like we said, we have pick 8. We do have a lot of first and second round players. So it really comes down to, should we trade down from 8 down to maybe 18, grab a guy like Creighton or Hutchinson, and then end up taking a guy like Boone or Anthony Cook or McLeod? If not, though, we do have a chance at Micah Parsons, who's amazing. And then, of course, Tyson Campbell. I really do not know who we should go for here. I think we'll go to 6, and if Parsons is there... Ooh! Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, the Broncos landed a steal and a half. We'll let the Rams go one more. Ooh, now that the Dolphins, what are they going to do? Let's take a look at what the Dolphins need before we decide to trade up, because they need a lot. Literally any of the players on the board right now they could take and start. Ooh, outside linebacker, Tua Tagovailoa. I don't think they should go QB, but they could. Fields is still there. I think they need linebacker. I think we're going to trade up. I think the Dolphins are in a 4-3, but they can move Fackrell down if they have to. They need a coverage linebacker. They need a pass rushing edge. So we can pick 8, 104, and Fackrell to move up one singular spot. Of course, we had 2 players there, so maybe we should have just sat. But I don't know if you can pass up on Micah Parsons, so we're just not going to. 77 overall hidden. Supposedly we reached. I don't think so in the slightest, and I am very happy with the ratings we have. We're number 11, though. That's quite interesting. Now, for the next pick, like I said, we do have a really good pick, but the Dolphins won that for sure. They did well. Tyson's a great player. I think he has superstar as well. I think we should move to like 25, maybe 28. I don't know when Boone goes. Boone would pretty much complete this offensive line. Isaiah Wilson's not supposed to be there, but I don't really care, to be honest here. Yeah, I think we could complete our offensive line if we get Boone. We give the Patriots 40, 72, and Levine Toilolo for 25. Now, Boone's a great player, but we also have another player, a position of even more need. I would assume. Would I say I would assume? I don't know if I would say that. Fields, I have him as the number 2 player. I know number 3, Certain's above him. And he just, for some reason, just doesn't go. But, of course, as far as our draft board goes, Baron Browning is there. We need inside linebacker pretty desperately. I will say Boone is a tough position to pass on, though, because, I mean, none of the other guys we have in the class are even close to as good as him. However, Baron Browning would be an insta-starter. This is tough. This is tough. Do you trade up for Boone, who's an automatic starter, is good, or Baron Browning, who still needs work, whether he starts or not? What's the age difference? 22 and 21. This is tough. Nah, we're going to go Browning. We need a starting middle linebacker. Browning's supposed to go 40, which, I mean, I would love for that to be the case, but he wouldn't have. And he's very fast, definitely usable, definitely developable. The question is there any way? No way. If the Saints got Fields at that pick, I would just stop watching the NFL. Is there any way we can actually get Boone still? I think he's an early second, so maybe like the 3rd pick or the 32nd pick. Never mind. Forget everything I said. I suppose let's just move on to our next pick here. We did land two good starting players, I will say. That was a tough one, though. Boone or Browning. It's tough, but I think we made the right call. I think defensively we have more questions. And as far as other things go, Samuel Burton, I can't remember if he has good dev or not. I don't think Newhouse does, but I'd still like him for depth. I think I'm going to trade this pick for a next year 4th round pick to bolster up that draft, and then whatever's there in the 6th and later we'll take. I think it was a good decision. Instead of going for a high 5th round pick, taking a guy that might not even start, we get a 4th round next year that could be very high, could be, kind of bad too. We've seen that from the Dolphins up and down a little bit. Is there any players here that I don't think there's anyone we could take in the 6th? It's great. Do we just take Bernard Jackson anyways? He's a high overall. Screw it, Bernard Jackson it is. I don't remember him being hidden. Have we ever taken this guy before? I don't think there's much we can do with him anyways, but okay, I guess. I don't know who that is, but sure, man. Well, we now know of a 57 overall hidden player now. That'll go in the back of the memory bank. We have 2 7th round picks here, which if our undrafted guys are there, we'll take them. First one is Zach Dixon, and I think I remember him being hidden. I don't. It's a fullback. I really don't care. Whether he's hidden or not, it does not matter to me. And then I'm just going to advance to the end of the thingy, because hopefully they'll just take the guy we have because I put him on the draft board. And not hopefully, I know they will. I just hope that we don't get some stupid whole day to reorder glitch. We didn't have any 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th round picks. We did have a 6th. But we did land 2 really good first rounders. We added a 4th next year. So, not a super deep class for us, but we did land 2 bona fide stud starters with a superstar outside linebacker, and then Baron Browning, I don't know. He's a good player still. Put him in middle linebacker, he'll start automatically. Even though he's only a 70 overall, but he's super fast and already way better than Blake in my opinion. Also Bernard Jackson, let's take a look at that dev. He does have star as expected. Maybe a future tight end, depends if he bulks up. I don't know. But regardless, an okay draft. I can't say it was amazing because, once again, the depth wasn't there, but we landed real-life talent, and they will make an immediate impact. At least Micah Parsons will. Here's what the starting roster looks like. Slayton at the number 1 spot, Shepard at 2, Golden Tate at 3. We put Bernard Jackson at tight end because he's big and kind of thick. That's all I can really say. Yep, that's the descriptor. Looking at the defensive side of things, need a new corner for sure. Linebackers outside of maybe right outside linebackers should pretty much be set. Same with the interior. The safety should be good. Really just need a corner or 2, a new right outside linebacker, and then some linemen. Outside of that, I think we have the starting roster. All right, so we're going to have to overpay Jabril Peppers a little bit because he's actually playing corner, but then again, he deserves it because he is actually playing corner. As far as tight end goes, this is why I wanted to give Evan Ingram now rather than wait. Give him a 5-year 45 rather than, a 5-year maybe 55 or 60. Dalvin Tomlinson, that's going to be a nice 3-year deal, I think. 3-year 16.4 seems pretty fair. And Xavier McKinney will have to fix because he shouldn't be a free agent yet. Same with Blake Martinez. All the other guys will make sure we get those extended. So pretty good looking season. Can we finish it out with a win? We can. 10-6. We make the playoffs. Of course, had a little bit of a losing streak there, but kind of came on strong, beating teams like the Ravens there. We lost 4 out of the 5 games. Somehow beat the Ravens. Some of our losses were very close as well, but so were some of our wins. So the season definitely could have went either way, but luckily it went our way today. Daniel Jones, like I said, from normal to star, this is a dev up, but since it's not, it won't be, he won't go to superstar, but still a good season. Barkley, good season. Slayton, decent. Shepard, all right. Golden Tate, not so much. And then Evan Ingram, that was just horrible. Offensive line, kind of bad, not going to lie. And then looking at the defensive side, Darren Lee, maybe superstar. Bradbury, maybe star. Sack totals, absolutely disgustingly bad, considering Micah Parsons played well over 1,000 snaps, right? No, actually not well over, but still, just about 1,000. Kicking, Aldrick Rosas, like I said, he's making $4 million per year. He's very average here. I don't know what it is, but Madden Sim just doesn't care about actual ratings. Justin Fields is a beast. Herbert's a beast. Bit of a yikes, but, you know, hey, we made the playoffs. That's the main goal. No awards for us so far. And I'm trying to think. I don't think there would be an award. Yeah, we didn't win a single one. Damn. But we're an 85 overall, and we're going against the Bucks. We're 85. They're 84. They still have Tom Brady and those insane receivers. Cleveland moves on. Big shocker there. Buccaneers actually using some special uniforms. It's kind of cool. Going to the end of the game, this is a tough offense to beat. We do stop them. We get touchdown. We get another set of points. 3, then 7. Right before half, of course, you knew they weren't going to just leave the first half without some sort of score. It was a touchdown. We are in a really good spot, though. 28-7 against the Buccaneers, led by Tom Brady. This is a very impressive game. Good old Giants always beating Tom any way possible. I will take it. Whether we win the next game or not, that is a huge victory. I honestly didn't even think we were going to win this one. Defensively, stats-wise, not super great. This team doesn't really have a leader. Like, this team, like, if you really think, even in real life, like, who's the leader of the Giants? There really isn't a leader. I really don't think there is one. Like, Golden Tate's probably going to come in with the biggest leadership because he's the most vocal. I don't know. It seems like a weird situation. The Lions, 12-4, only an 82 overall, though, which obviously means congratulations, Detroit. Houston over Denver. Interesting AFC teams there. Of course, we're still nowhere near the Super Bowl, but still, yeah, interesting teams. Looking at how this game starts, we get a safety on them. We get 3 points after that. Saquon gets a huge rushing touchdown. Can't really do much after that, though, and we're down by 2. Turn it back into a 5-point lead. Halftime, 5-point lead. Very interesting game. Saquon's trying his best. This is a hell of a game, I will say, although Detroit looks like they've done enough to probably win this thing. Maybe not. 3 minutes left. Defense has a chance to make a stop, and they do. 1 minute left. I kind of want to come in. Like, this isn't a situation where it's, you know, if we don't come in, we don't win. It's just a situation where, you know, there's 2 timeouts. You take a shot, right? And we get hit as he throw. We had a guy over the middle. I think we're going to run it with Saquon, see what happens. Inside zone, Barkley. And he doesn't really get much. Let the clock drip. It's going to be overtime. We held the team in 0 way. Let's go with tails. Giants win. Giants get the ball. All right. That's the most positive thing we've done for this team so far here. Okay, we get it, man. The toss already happened. What the hell is this? All right, come on, New York. That's not good. Really good punt, but okay, great D. Offense. You literally just lost the game. Like, you literally handed, like, you can't not get a first down in the playoffs. It's overtime. You cannot not get that first. Like, that's handing the game away. Saquon absolutely dominated. 144 yards after contact, 200 total, 2 touchdowns. What more do you need? Come on, Daniel Jones. You got to do better than that. Defense did okay. I'm not going to give them too much credit because, you know, they did give up a ton of points, and this was overall the better team comparatively. Regardless, a better season, no doubt about that. So we'll go into the off season with a little bit more pride, I suppose. I don't care about the Pro Bowl too much. The Giants versus, that's not the Giants, we're the Giants. The Cowboys versus the Texans, and the winner of that one is the Texans. Like I said, a weird team, and, you know, here they are. Taking a look at DevUps, of course, Daniel Jones, definitely not going to be one of them. Receivers, not one of them. Golden Tate, he should be, retired, basically. No DevUps at all, actually. Not a single one. No Darren Lee, no Zimenez, no Bradbury, nothing. Just absolutely no DevUps. A bit of a yikes, not going to lie. So we have about 37 mil, and we might be able to add a little bit more to the... Ooh, Chidobe Awuzie is an X factor. You don't usually see that. I think we're going to offer Chidobe a contract, and we're going to be very cautious, but somebody else. I don't know who, though. Carl Lawson, you think he can play outside? It's like I'm asking his mom or something. He looks really good. I might try to offer something. We didn't get Carl Lawson yet, but we did get Ryan Kerrigan, who just feels like a Giants player for some reason, and we did get Chidobe Awuzie. So as expected, we didn't get Lawson, who would have been a nice little contract, but we did get Rosen as a backup, which is, I mean, it's something, I guess. We got more option players. I think we're gonna, we'll keep him around, but we're not gonna give him the 5th year, even though most teams do. I think we're just gonna pay him right away. He's just that good. We did get a bunch of backups. So we get Cam Robinson as a backup, we get Jamal Williams as a backup, we get Trey Hendrickson as a potential starter, depending on how the draft goes, and then Shaheen as a backup. So we have pick 26, and we have a few second-round players. We have a mid-second, a late-second. We also did have that Frank Donnelly guy. It is a DT, though, so he wasn't super high on my list. But this is what our draft board looks like right now. William Gatson looks pretty damn solid. 23 years old is a little high, but he's good. He looks good. Carlos Farrell, don't really need a tight end, but he looks decent. And then Ross Shea looks decent. We got a couple of great players there. I think we could probably get William Atkinson to start the second quarter, or the second round. I know, I'm tired as hell. I actually am very tired, in fairness. So let's see if we can do that, I suppose. So we traded 26 for 33 and 97. The Jaguars move up and get a safety. Really hoping our guys don't go. Farrell, in fairness, was he an early second? We're very close here. Please do not take our guy. And they take him. Nice. Awesome. Well, no messing around. We're taking Gatson, who is a very good tackle. 76 overall. Probably going to be the automatic starter at right tackle. Pert, he's been okay, but he hasn't been, he hasn't really developed. Ross Shea, late third. I mean, there's really no reason to trade up, so damn, we lost that pass rusher, so I guess Kerrigan's the new starter. And he was a pretty high overall. Hopefully he was like normal development. Ross Shea, how many linemen do we need? Do we actually need this guy? We kind of could take him, right? I think our center position's not super hot. What about Pert, though? He's 6'7", semi-athletic, so maybe guard, and then Zietler down at center. We need a lineman for the future, at least, though. Zietler at center does make a lot of sense, actually. I think we might actually just make that move. But looking for the future, Zietler, he's not future-proof at the moment, so we might take Shea. We'll see. We have 2 wide receivers. We definitely should try to extend it as much as we can, because really both wide receivers are solid. Where are they? Here's one of them, Terrell Perry, really fast. And then McCord, well, Perry's actually a lot better. Yeah, I think we should definitely make a super play for Perry. But as far as what we have, we also have a DT Norton, who's kind of a meh. We have a cornerback who might be worth trying to take a risk on. And then Woody, who is, of course, a tackle later on, kind of the strongest of the decent players that late. Ross Shea, the late third. It's a bit high. I think we want to go to like the mid to early second. And by second, I mean third, of course. So we get 73 and 105 for pick 26. The thing is, I don't know if the guy's going to be there. So we might move to like 6 and then trade back up. Using like a 5th. Never mind, he was gone ages ago. Late third, my ain. All right, Terrell Perry it is, mid-4th. Please hit in, please hit in. Normal development. He's good, but he is normal. So I don't know. Pick 26 in the 3rd. Honestly, if the other wide receiver is there, I might debate taking him as well. But I mean, if that guy didn't have good dev, I don't know what the chances this guy has. 6'2", 21. We need a slot guy. He doesn't really fit the slot role because he's not super fast. We have pick 1 in the 4th round. Let's just take both of these guys. Who cares? John McCord is very interesting. I think he automatically gets the job at number 3 because he is hidden. He is a little faster than I would have thought as well. He's super raw, but he does have hidden. So, I mean, kind of a win, right? A little bit. And the DC's gone. I don't care for the corner that much. So, we're going to trade these 2 4ths for a solid 3rd and 4th probably next year. Damn, we have a lot of 4ths. We're going to trade all 3 of these for a 3rd and a 4th next from a team that did not do super well. We trade them a 3 4ths a 5th and a 6th for their 2nd and 3rd next year from the Broncos, who kind of are up and down, so we don't really know, but I have faith, I guess. The corner's still there. He's a late 6th. He's probably going to go soon. 23 is a little rough, but I'm going to take him. And, okay, 72 overall. I don't really know what we can do with him, but it's a high overall, I guess. That's really all I can say. And I don't know if our guy is here. Okay, Keon Woody is here. Last draft pick of the draft. We get a very good steal. I don't know if we can find a spot for this guy to start, but hidden development. Okay, this draft was a little surprising. So our offensive line definitely should be set now. William Gatson, left tackle. Oh, he's good. Superstar development, automatic starter at right tackle without a doubt. And then we did land 2 other hiddens, one being John McCord. Damn it. One being John McCord. I really wish we could switch Perry and his dev, because Perry looks so good, but McCord has the dev. Star development, and then the final player, Keon Woody. Whether it's star, whether it's superstar, we might have to try to find a spot for him to start. He is only star, but really good stuff. I do want to see that pass rusher. I don't know how good he was, but he looked like he was going to be decent, and he was at pick 31. Of course, it's the Cowboys. Of course, he's hidden. Maybe a little slow for a pass rush linebacker, but we would have tried to make it work. Please be star. Please be star. Ooh, I don't want to talk about it. But still a good draft. Just, it could have been so much better. So we're going to try to trade BJ Hill for like a 4th round draft pick. But outside of that, this is what the starting roster looks like. I don't know if there's any way to get rid of Golden Tate, but I don't really want him starting because McCord actually has a chance to develop, and then Golden Tate just, hasn't had the dev up. He's just regressing hard. He's going to retire after the season, guaranteed. But looking at the offensive line, it's actually looking pretty damn solid. And then looking at the defensive side of things, we're seeing some, stars, superstars here and there. Of course, Awuzie was a huge addition. Kerrigan's going to be a pretty big addition. So, the team is decent. They just, we just got to keep winning playoff games or regular season games, get into the playoffs, and maybe sneak into the Super Bowl. All right, here's some negotiations we already knew about. I don't know where the hell Don Poe came from, but we already knew about Saquon Barkley. Of course, you obviously re-sign him because he's absolutely nuts. A 6-year worth 55. It wouldn't surprise me if contracts do start to relax for these running backs soon-ish. Will Hernandez, will give him a 5-year deal. I don't think we'd have to pay Andrew Thomas yet. Let me take a look. Yeah, his contract isn't up, so we'll give him a 5 total years, because that's what he would be getting paid. Right ahead to the playoffs. Of course, last season 10-6. This season 9-7. We lost to the Cowboys at the end, and if we would have won that game, we would have had the division, maybe even a bye week. Daniel Jones, once again, doesn't really play super well here. Rushing, the numbers are a little high, I suppose. Specifically the touchdowns, but not by much. Saquon did have a very good year. Sterling Shepard maybe goes to superstar. Regardless, there's no real number 1 wide receiver on this team. It seems like it goes back and forth every year. Offensive line, kind of iffy. Normal numbers for Madden. 3 players over 100 tackles. Sack totals, Micah Parsons just isn't the guy, I suppose. Pick totals, Julian Love, good season. Kicking, Aldrick Rosas, he got blocked once, but is that really $4 million per year worth? I don't know. You pretty much pay a kicker like 1.3 or something per year if you wanted. Hurts is apparently a Bears player, and of course, as he will, he'll be the MVP of the league. Nice. As far as awards go, once again, just nothing. Saquon at number 2 in fairness, but really just nothing to show for. Number 2 for DBs, great stuff. I love being number 2. All of this is a load of number 2, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Going against the 82 overall Panthers, who should be nowhere near the playoffs, where we're an 87 overall, and they're going to advance. It's going to be some fun times, I'll tell you. All right, going to the end of the game. It's, big score for them on the ground with McCaffrey. We get a touchdown. They get another touchdown. We're now down 21-7. Oh, what? I don't know how we scored 2 touchdowns there instantaneously. What a shootout. 28 all. We are up 35-28. 35 all. 42-42. What a freaking game. Offense, you got to do it. This is probably a field goal attempt, right? All right, we said everything we did about Rosas, and he hits it. Okay, fair enough. Defense got to make a play, and I just don't think they will. From the 45-yard line, I'm coming in. I'm coming in. We are in a 3-4, right? I would assume. Kind of looks weird here, but whatever. Oh, look at these cheesers. Little cheesers with McCaffrey. You got to be joking me. Oh, he overthrew him. Inaccurate quick throw. This is going to be a distance one. What a game, though. What a freaking game. Why wouldn't you bring out the block? All right, Baker. Do something for the Giants. And we don't get it. And it was short anyways, but off to the left. 5 seconds remaining. What do you do here? It's risky, but do you not hand this off? It's debatable. And Saquon fights so long. Jesus. I mean, you get a few yards. You get a Hail Mary chance, I suppose. Slayton's kind of a big guy. There's not really a whole lot of trustworthy guys here for jump ball situation, but we'll see. Going to go for the single side, and he does not hold on. Okay, this is a very long segment for what is just going to be overtime anyways. Tails in a row? Yes! Tails back to back. And you are correct. This is not the Super Bowl, and we're watching it this long. I know. And there we go. 51-45. What a damn game. Electrifying as hell. Daniel Jones, he threw 3 interceptions, but he just kept on trying. What a hell of a game. Holy crap. Both teams tried their absolute hardest. Kicking. Rosas, Hopkins missed a kick. That's the yikes. It was, how long was it actually? Was it like 58, 59? I don't remember. It was pretty long though. And I'm assuming it was some weather. And by weather, I mean wind. I don't know. Is wind weather technically? I don't know. But we're going against the Seahawks, so GG to us. 83. I mean, this is a very good overall team. We've seen the Giants come into the Super Bowl every once in a while, and they actually have won it a few times. I mean, we've done well. I don't know if we could really have done much more in the offseason. For the last, 3 years? Of course, Cleveland moves on. I mean, suppose you're going against the Ravens and Browns. Somebody's winning that game, and nobody really wins on the NFC side in that case. Good drive. 7 to start the game. 14-7. Huge play by Saquon. Come on, defense. Show up. Offense is balling out of control right now. Just make a couple of stops. This offense is insane. Please. Defense, thank you. Defense finally shows up in the fourth quarter, and we hold on to move on to the championship round. This could be the year. This could be the year. Daniel Jones, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. Russell did play slightly better, but either way, both teams tried, and only one succeeded. It was us. Sterling Shepard with 3 touchdowns. How old is Sterling by now? He's probably got to be, 28 maybe? 29? Probably 28, 29. Looking at the playoffs, though, you can see we did beat, no forced wins there. Just want to make sure, because usually after the divisional conference championship-ish, if I haven't showed you guys we didn't, restart the game or force any wins, I'll just not remember. However, now we're going against the Saints, which is probably the most time to prove, because there is a very good chance we lose this. Fields is a 99 overall by now? All right, really good start to the drive/game with a 7-point lead. And then, of course, all of this junk happens. 17-14 right before half. It is still going to be a 3-point lead. That goes away. Saquon with a huge touchdown. Offense, please. Defense, please. Looks like we are making it to the Super Bowl, boys. This offense, it's a weird one. The defense, super bend, don't break. But somehow they get points. Saquon Barkley is an absolute machine. 4 touchdowns, just under 200 yards. This time, opposed to last postseason, he's actually being rewarded for his good efforts, his good games. Lutz misses a field goal, which probably changes the game somewhere down the line. Regardless, we're in the Super Bowl, and honestly, if we win it, that's the rebuild. I don't want to ruin this one. It would be the perfect cutoff point. And once again, I'll show you guys we didn't cheat. I actually remember this time. There you go. The Giants in the Super Bowl against who? Probably Cleveland, right? It's got to be Cleveland. It's the Colts. Okay, this is winnable, but I almost worry that it is too peculiar of a team. Looking at the DevUps, absolutely none on offense. 2 really good receivers, though, with a great tight end. Looking at the defensive side of things, no DevUps at all either, but it's still a good roster. If Slayton actually was superstar, he'd have an ability. He just got to 90 there. 12-4 Colts, both teams 88. This is going to be interesting. All right, the biggest game. All I ask, come on, this is the one game we need to win. I mean, obviously every game we needed to win technically, but this is the biggest one, obviously. 10-6. Halftime score will be 13-6. It's 13-9.5. They get 3. Is this just the field goal bowl? Please, touchdown for us, maybe? Of course, they get the touchdown. 3rd and 10. Why? Like, why? Good job, defense. Offense, please. Put in some points for once. And they get the touchdown with 30 seconds left. The Colts can't do it. What a ride. That is the most boring Super Bowl ever, basically. But we just barely sneak out a victory in the Super Bowl. That's the rebuild. It was a success for sure. Daniel Jones was kind of a mid-tier QB. It was really all about Saquon, to be honest. It was really, like, all across the board. It was just Saquon. You know, the receivers, they were kind of decent. Daniel Jones was very average as far as sim goes. Defensively, we were tackling machines, but we didn't force takeaways. We didn't have a lot of sacks. Maybe we just had a lot of pressure. I don't know. But Saquon he was just a monster. Of course, here, Daniel Jones might be the player of the game, but still. Saquon Barkley, obviously the dude. He's basically, every single game, he had a monster one in the postseason. Obviously, 1,500 yards in the regular season with 15 touchdowns. And his receiving stats, I would imagine, were like 400 or 500 yards. So, really good stuff. Solid rebuild. And ultimately, the Giants are back on top. Looking at the stats for the final game, Daniel Jones, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. You know, pretty solid game. Saquon, ironically, we're talking all this game for him, had a really bad Super Bowl. You know, 3.0 yards per carry. Maybe that's what helped spring the win because they really wanted to stop him, and in doing so, they left the pass game open a little bit. I don't know. But regardless, clean win. On top, Super Bowl. Finally, like a clean kind of Super Bowl, you know? I still think it's a little weird that we went 10-6 and then 9-7. Of course, this is what the roster looks like for the finale of our rebuild here. 85 overall Daniel Jones. Obviously, still some years left in him to develop, but not by much if he doesn't get that superstar dev. You can already see it's 13,000 XP per upgrade, only at 85. So, you know, once he gets to 86, it's going to maybe be 15, 16, 17, and obviously it's going to take him a full season to get that upgrade. So, you know, Daniel Jones, solid, but would have liked to see that Deva, you know, go a little bit sooner, a little bit higher. 25-year-old Saquon, absolute stud, just a monster. Slayton, let's actually take a look at those ratings. I really wish he would have went up in dev, but he didn't. Really good player, just the development was never there. Shepard, 29 years old, 85 overall, regressed, I would assume, right? No, maybe not. Good player, and then, of course, Evan Ingram, the other big-name tight end. Really solid. What did he end up as? Number 5 tight end, not bad at all. O-line turned out pretty good. D-line interior didn't really develop the way I wanted it to, but it was getting there. Micah Parsons never really played well, but his ratings were good, so I don't know. Maybe he was going to break out soon. Regardless, we did... Oh, yeah, let's take a look at McKinney, actually. 23 years old, 86 overall. Superstar development, I think, like I said, is fair for him. He might have it, he might not, but he was considered at one point in time the best safety. And was he the highest safety? I'm trying to think. He might have been. Safety didn't really go super high in this draft. Was he? He might have been. He was either the first or second. I don't know. But regardless, that's the realistic rebuild of the New York Giants. Tomorrow we'll have 2 videos, probably Titans and some other special video. Not sure yet. Let me know in the comment section below what you want to see next out of rebuilds. You know, Sunday we'll have another rebuild. I don't know if it's going to be just a regular team rebuild or some sort of challenge. If you have an idea for that or a team for that, let me know in the comment section below. Regardless, if you did like, maybe, you know, leave a like, subscribe. If you're new, follow me on Twitter, JeromePK. Check out the second channel, PK Plays. Check out twitch.tv/JeromePK. I am tired as hell. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Like I said, thanks for watching. Hopefully you come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!